I'm Dr. Leslie Maniotes, and I am one of the co-creators of Guided Inquiry Design. So let's look at the human side. So what do I mean by the human side? Well, a lot of people are talking about how to teach students to use AI in school. Well, that's important for them to learn how to use AI, how to employ it to support them thinking on a higher level. However, GID, Guided Inquiry Design, takes a different tack. Guided Inquiry Design supports educators by creating assignments that provides opportunities for students to dig, to learn about their interests and create things that AI could never replicate. This is what I call the human side of schooling. And so Guided Inquiry Design helps us to emphasize that human side of learning. Let me explain. Here's the framework again. The first three phases of the guided inquiry process lead up to the midpoint, the turning point that identify in the middle there, when students are ready to identify what they're interested in learning more about, what they will pursue deeply. These three phases in the beginning systematically open students to wonder and become curious and investigate their own interests, help them to find their interests, determine their interests. That doesn't come easily. That takes time. And the outcome of those three phases is that each student is given the time and means to actualize what I call the third space. And I'll explain. So guided inquiry design is so personalized that AI could not replace what the human creates here. And this is a quote from a student in an intro to psychology class in high school. He said it this way: "For me, my uncle has PTSD, so that's why I wanted to know more about it. This GID gave me a chance to really dig deep and understand much more about it." So this is an example of third space. Chris Gutierrez was one of the first people to look at third space in education. I became fascinated with the idea, and it became the focus of my dissertation. The concept is applied throughout guided inquiry and provides a watermark that runs through our framework. So listen again to this high school student who described his third space connection. Before I do that, actually, let me describe. Third space is where the content of the classroom blends with the student's world. The student's funds of knowledge and content come together. And in this student's example, it's the PTSD, learning about PTSD. The student says, "You know how sometimes you're in a class and the teacher touches on something you are really interested in? Well, GID gives you an opportunity to really dig deeper into those things that we really quickly covered in class, but you're deeply connected to." That's the third space, where students are using their cultural knowledge and funds of knowledge from their home and outside lives to understand the content of school curriculum or academic discipline. This student goes on to say, "I think that when you're given the option to study something you're interested in, that you find a need to know more about it. That definitely motivates you more," he says. "It motivates you to dig deeper and do your own research." I know some kids may not be motivated to learn about history. They're big into art. If they're given an opportunity to find what they are truly passionate for, that definitely motivates people to do more work and try to dig deeper. In public school, you're going to find some kids who are not motivated, but in GID, everyone really found what they were interested in. They really had the drive to go and learn more about it because they could each relate to something or wanted to know more about it. The whole process was very free, he said. You had a lot of freedom in your research topic, and that definitely helped. Visit the Guided Inquiry website at guidedinquirydesign.com. You'll find our training there, but hopefully this gave you some inspiration for what the possibilities are. And I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.